I can't.
If I can sleep.
I can't. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video to tell you guys how I fall asleep quickly, and if you guys have insomnia or you guys can't fall asleep, you guys can use some of these tips that I have to get a better night's sleep and get a good quality sleep for better mental health. I think sleep is super important, and to me it just puts me in such a better mindset when I do get enough sleep. So without further ado, let's get started into the tips on how to beat insomnia. So the first tip that I have is to only be in your bed for sleep only. Some people do some work or do some schoolwork or homework or watch TV in bed, and I think that's not good, because when you mentally sit in your bed, you will think, okay, it's time to watch TV, or it's time to, you know, browse the computer or eat food or whatever. So when I'm in my bed, I solely stay in my bed for sleep. So when I'm in my bed, my mind automatically thinks of sleep, and ever since I've done that, probably I started like a year ago. I used to have a TV in my bedroom and now I don't. So now when I'm sleeping on my bed, I automatically go to sleep. I go to sleep fairly quickly just because my mind associates the bed with sleep. So another thing that I do that kind of ties into using your bed only for sleep is to not have any bright screens around your room, and that could be your laptop, that could be your TV, that could be your phone, that could be any screen that is bright. You want your bedroom to be dark. Don't have like any electronic light screens in front of you, or your brain won't fall asleep as quickly as if it didn't. Something else that helps me fall asleep is having a cold space. I like to blast my AC, and I also leave my fan on. Being cold, I don't know what it does, but it really helps me fall asleep. I put tons of blankets on. If I'm hot or if I like feel sweaty or clammy, I physically cannot fall asleep. So if that's something that you're not used to, maybe you can try that and see if that works out for you as well. Another thing that I do is when I wake up early, I don't take naps as much as my body wants to take a nap. Or if you really need to take a nap, you can take a power nap, which I think it's like 23 minutes is like the ideal nap. Like, you're not technically supposed to fall like completely asleep. So if you wake up from a nap and like you really feel like you fall asleep like every single night, that is not good for you. You're not actually supposed to hit that REM sleep. You kind of want to daze off, and then right when you are about to fall asleep, just wake up. You can set your alarm or something. So there is a thing, I don't know what the ideal time is, but you can definitely Google it. Just look up power nap time, and that's actually really good and beneficial to your brain. But if you really fall asleep and like take a full-on nap, it's not good for you, and it's going to totally mess up your sleep patterns, and you just won't be able to fall asleep during the nighttime when you really want to. Another thing that I do is I don't have caffeine after noon. I know some people work and they work a lot and they need caffeine. Like, sleep is a priority to me. Sleep is super important for my brain, for my health, you know, for all of these things. So I do not drink caffeine after noon. If I ever do have a coffee date or, you know, go to Starbucks, I will get a decaf. Or I'll drink a tea that's non-caffeinated. But if I have any caffeine after noon, I tend to stay awake way later than I have to, and when I do fall asleep, it's not a healthy sleep. It's more like I'm waking up every 2 minutes, or I can't really fall asleep. So I do not have caffeine after noon. Another thing that you can do is, if you're falling asleep and you can't seem to actually fall asleep, is to focus on your breathing patterns. They say that if you breathe in, when you're breathing, don't breathe in through your chest. Like, if you're like, and you're breathing through your chest, that's actually not good for you, and it causes anxiety and stress. So what you want to do is breathe through your belly. Focus on breathing in deep breaths like twice, and then breathe out for 3 seconds, and just really focus on your breath and your belly, and really, you know, think about every time you breathe in, every time you breathe out, every time you breathe in, every time you breathe out, and you tend to kind of gradually fall asleep when you focus on your breath. Another thing that you can do during the daytime to fall asleep earlier is to exercise, and I know that's like a common one, but it really does help. If you exercise in the morning and you get all your stuff done, you have a really productive day, you tend to fall asleep more easily because you don't have things on your mind and you don't feel lethargic. When I don't exercise, I feel lethargic, but I don't have a great sleep pattern. But I notice when I do exercise and I get my heart rate up, I tend to fall asleep much quicker than if I didn't have any exercise in my life. Another thing that you can do is actually put lavender oil drops on your pillow. Lavender oil makes your body relax, and it's really a soothing oil. So when you put a drop or two on your pillow, you tend to fall asleep quickly. I used to have a yoga instructor that would put lavender oil around my shoulders and my neck area, and I would have the best sleep ever. Like, I literally would fall asleep and it would just be like a dream sleep, and I wake up super refreshed and I feel so relaxed. And it's a really great thing if you're having really hard trouble with sleep and you want to find like a natural product to help you fall asleep. I would definitely highly recommend lavender oil. Just 1 or 2 drops on your pillow should definitely do the trick. Another thing that I do is I plan my day the night before, or the Sunday, or I plan my weeks. If I have a plan and I have stuff to do the next day, I generally tend to plan that during the daytime, and I wouldn't recommend to plan it like the night before you're falling asleep, or the like 30 minutes to an hour before you fall asleep, because I tend to get really excited and want to do those things because I feel super productive, and then I tend to not fall asleep because I'm so excited. So what I do is like plan it in the morning or maybe during the daytime. Give yourself some space between the sleep time and the planning, but once you have everything down and your to-do list all set in stone, you don't have anything else in your mind, and you can generally fall asleep because you have less anxiety and less stress going on in your mind, but at the same time you're not super excited and anxious to like get it done right now. I generally just plan my days that day, either in the morning time or the afternoon time, and never before I fall asleep. Otherwise I'll get way too excited and I will not fall asleep. If for some reason you are sleeping though and you have something on your mind that you need to write down, literally just keep a notebook next to your bed and just jot it down just to get out of your head so that you can search it and research or whatever you need to do tomorrow. So sometimes like I'll have something in my head like, oh, I need to get an oil change, gosh, I have to remember to do that. Just literally jot it down, put it on your phone like in the notes section, just to have it off your mind, and then go to it the next morning so that you don't forget. And my last tip is chamomile tea. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, let me know if I did, but chamomile tea definitely helps me fall asleep. It is a non-caffeinated tea. I know it helps regulate productive sleep patterns, and to me when I drink chamomile tea, it's kind of like the lavender oil. I really feel super relaxed, and when I do fall asleep, it's a really deep, good sleep, and I get good quality sleep. So I definitely highly recommend chamomile tea. So those are my tips to beat insomnia and how to get a better night's sleep for a nice quality, good beauty sleep. I think sleep is super important. If you guys have trouble falling asleep at night, try these tips. Let me know if any of them work. If you guys have any other tips for me that I missed out, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of video, and I will see you guys all in a future video. Bye guys. Today I'm going to be talking about how to manifest in your sleep. I have a few tips that I do that help me manifest in my sleep.